Hiya, Wings. This is hololive English Advanced Devilish Diva, the one and only no whistle waving quaff desu. How are we doing today, jailbirds? Jailbirds, hello. How are you there? It's me, no whistle waving quaff. Hello. Hello, are you there, jailbirds? Hello? Hello? Hello, jailbirds? Hello? A normal stream so far, wow. I mean, yeah. I'm always so cute every day. Hello. Hi. How are you doing today, jailbirds? It's me. Back again. Back at it again. Sadly, I'm not buff. If only. I was as buff as the thumbnail. After April Fools, it feels like I was that way for a little while. But now I'm just a guy. Now I'm just my normal beautiful self. Which is good too, obviously. But you know. I'm a giant woman. I'm giant. Hello down there. Hello. Hello, small thing. Can you hear me? Small one. I need you to bring me something to eat. Though I am very large, and it will be hard for you to satiate my hunger. Do your best. I believe in you, small one. Say that again, you can't hear me. Hello! Small one, I need something to eat. Please bring me food so I can be satiated. I'm hungry. Me, a giant woman, is hungry. A giant woman in your screen. Eat the cows. No. Hi. How's it going? Let me just, I just be normal. Hi. We volunteer as tribute? I see. Glad to hear it. Bring her back? No, she's dead. I killed her. She was too giant. Gara Plays, thank you for the super. Damon Sealy, thank you for the Aka Super. Food for Risa Fun. Thank you. Wait, I don't actually need food. I don't actually. I ate very well today. I took mommy on a date. You guys know my mommy. You've met my mommy. Mama Risa. And we had a good time. We went out to the Olive Garden. It was tasty. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, sorry. I'm reading something important. Watching fauna, isn't it? I don't know, isn't it? But yeah, I went to the Olive Garden, and that was very good. I have salad from the Olive Garden for tomorrow. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be very good. Lord Joboto, thank you for the soupa. And thank you for the artwork for the thumbnail. I love your drawings. Please don't stop making them. Thank you for always drawing me. Hope you have something more than salad. Oh, I did. I had salad, soup, a breadstick because I've been working on eating my carbs last. So by the time, I had pasta. So I ate the salad, then I ate the soup, and then I ate half of a big dinner plate of pasta, and I took the rest home for leftovers. Except tomorrow, I have to take my grandma out. A whole breadstick, I know. And then I got froyo, my favorite thing to get when I leave. Do you have any dessert? Yeah, froyo. Eating soup, did you froyo? Sheedy, thank you for the soup. Olive Garden breadsticks are mid. I mean, I both agree and disagree. If we're talking about, like, 15, 20 years ago, their breadsticks were fucking bussin'. They were the best thing ever. Then they were like, we need to be healthier. And they took out all the good things that made them good. And now, they're not bad. They're not bad, I guess. But, like, they're not good. They're, like, they're not great. Like, I can eat them. I'll eat them. But, yeah. Yeah, they taste cheaper now. Exactly. I used to remember when I thought going to Olive Garden, when I thought that was, like, the most high-end restaurant there was. We would all dress up to go to the Olive Garden, and the food was so good. Gone are those days. Gone are those days of the fancy Olive Garden. Now I will go to the Olive Garden in a t-shirt and sweats. Because it matters not. That's fine. I've been having a fun day. I have news. I finished the audiobook for the second Lord of the Rings book, meaning I have one book left. I'm quite excited. This one, spoilers, I guess, for Lord of the Rings, because I'm going to be talking about it. We Major, also thank you for this, Supa. I'm super excited because, as I've told you guys, I'm going to be referring to it as reading the books. I'm listening to an audiobook, but it sounds dumb to say listening to a book. And I'm not gonna refer to it as listening to an audiobook because I'm enjoying the book, you know? I'm enjoying the audiobook too, but I'm enjoying the writing, okay? Do you feel the difference of what I'm trying to explain? The audio is really good. The audiobook is really good, but the words without context sounds weird. Well, that's why I'm giving context now. Listening is reading. Yeah. No, I'm confused. Okay, I'm listening to an audiobook, but it's still a book, so I'm still taking in the book. So therefore, if I'm like I'm reading the book, I mean I'm listening to the audiobook, okay? So can y'all just chill and not have to be weird? But you're not reading. Shut up. It's not coping. Guys, imagine if I said I listened to the book. You'd still get it, but it just sounds weird. It just sounds weird. You know what I mean? I listened to the book. I was listening to the book. That sounds weird. The cope is real. You guys are the cope. Anyway, did you guys know that they totally fucking fucked up Faramir in the movies? What the fuck? What the fuck? Now, I haven't read the last book, so obviously there's still other stuff that I need to go through. But wow! Wow, did I like Faramir a fair lot more in the book? I was like, huh, oh my god. I love him. He's actually really great. He's wonderful. I feel like him and Aragorn and would be really good friends. I feel like they'd really get along. And then I just thought about the movie. Then I actually looked that up and was reading a whole thread of other people who were agreeing, and they're like, they fucked him up in the movies. They missed the point. And I'm like, you know, I love the movie. So I need to be clear. I think the movies are masterpieces. So this goes to tell that I mean to tell that basically I really enjoyed the movies, and I still like Faramir in the movie. I really like the actor. I thought he did a fantastic, and I still like that he ended up, you know, resisting the call of the ring, you know. But I just, yeah, maybe the third movie fixes it. I need to read the third book, though, to see. I mean, I think he's good in the third movie. They're definitely not easy books to adapt, but honestly, I feel like the rest of it was adapted really well. Like, there's definitely, like, parts in the books where I, like, feel like I'm like, yeah, this is pretty much directly ripped from the book. Like, yeah. Would you resist the call of the ring? No, absolutely not. I would, if I took the ring, I'm sure I would be in it immediately, just like Galadriel. And you know what? I think it takes strength to admit that. Because look at Gandalf, look at Galadriel, look at Aragorn. All of them rejected the ring because they knew, nah, fuck, I can't handle that thing. I don't know why you can, but I would fold immediately. I'd put that shit on and I'd be like, everything is mine now, thank you. Galadriel resisted. No, she did. But I mean, like, it takes power to be able to acknowledge that you are not the one to hold and use the One Ring, you know? If it was in front of me, I would also have to resist it because I'd be like, nah, I would turn evil. Oh, I also feel like it was so interesting that they ended up like, I don't know. I thought Gollum, I was very surprised to see that Gollum didn't have like they had that whole moment in the movie where Gollum was spirited away by his buddy Schmeagol, right? And basically he's like, you go away, we never hear the voice again. But then he comes back later and he's like, see, I was right. That didn't really happen in the books. And you know, I kind of like it better that I still felt bad for Schmeagol. Also, sorry, I changed between calling him Schmeagol and calling him Smeagol. I can't decide. I like saying Schmeagol better. Yeah, he was just, I mean, he was still both, but like, he's still talking to himself, but he never was like, go away, Gollum. Schmeagol Gollum is better in the movies. I like him in both. I really like him in both, but I also just really liked that right away we got the exposition that, like, it's Gollum's plan to take them somewhere, seemingly to put them through something. Having the foresight of the movies, I know where that is, because they added that in the end. Bashwa, thank you very much for the super, and Elsie Lappin, thank you for the super. But yeah, it's kind of like, Smeagol, he is kind of cute. Honestly, I felt bad for him still. He's just so pathetic. He's like so pathetic. How does the Gollum game fit into this? I have no idea. But yeah, I felt like everything, yeah, he's just a little guy. Like, I don't know, I just felt bad that, like, they never really fed him. I didn't quite think, I really like that they removed from, or rather, in the movies, they have the whole part where, like, Frodo's starting to doubt Sam being, like, crazy. I really like that they removed that, or rather, that wasn't in the books. Because, you know what? I get that they were trying to show, like, how the progression of the ring was really taking its toll on Frodo, but, like, my Sam! My Sam! So I was like, my Frodo, I love him. I love my Frodo. That's my guy. Yeah, we all wish we had a friend like Sam. Exactly. And Sam never doubts his buddy, but it's so... You still have another book to go. Sis, yeah, but they're already past the stairway, which is where I remember. Like, they're not trusting Gollum again. I'm sorry. I'm sure he'll get like that, but not in the terms of how it happened before, where it happened with Gollum, you know, clearly trying to set them up and be like, he ruined all the Lembas, but they didn't even need the Lembas because, you know, they actually, Faramir, the homie, was like, here, take some food, some dried fruits and salted meats, that way you'll survive. And I'm like, yeah, that does make sense. And he was never gonna turn them in. I'm like, bro. Yeah, Sam really was hard carrying the Fellowship. He carried the team. Ugh. I don't even think Smeagol calls him fat in the books. I think that's a movie exclusive thing too, at least from what I remember. Because I remember thinking about that because I remember him always being like, fat hobbit. But then, like, in the books, I don't think he's called him that once. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's still roasting him. But he never, like, called him fat. Yeah, and he wasn't fat anyway. Everything would have failed if not for Sam. It's so true. Stupid fat hobbit. Also, I'm mad at some of you. When we did that watch along, I said, I'm pretty sure Smeagol is was at some point a hobbit. And you know what? He was! He wasn't specifically a hobbit. So if you look into hobbits, there's like 3 different kinds. I forget the kind that he's called. But he's one of the kinds. But some of you were like, no, he wasn't a hobbit. He was a river folk. He was a river guy. And I'm like, no, but yeah, he was. But he was like... Yeah, he was a river folk. And I'm like, okay, but he was like also a hobbit. Like, he was definitely a hobbit. And some of y'all were sitting there telling me I was wrong. You didn't know that? No, I did know that. That's why I was confused. Because you guys were... Not everyone, obviously. But some people were yelling at me, being like, no, he's not a hobbit. He was a river folk. And I'm like, yeah, but still, like, in the hobbit classifications. Maybe it wasn't Jailbirds, you're right. Maybe it was those Shiori fans over there, the novelites. Yeah, you're totally right. Oh, so I ordered a Lord of the Rings book. I'm super excited for it to get here. It's super fancy looking. It's super duper cool looking. And then I also have the file of Galadriel. That's arriving soon. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You call the novelites out only affectionately. Blame the pebbles? It could have been the pebbles too. I doubt it was the saplings. What about Baby Baggins? She's a fake hobbit. What was that, the cooking book? No, I mean I like ordered the book. So like my dad has a copy of all 3 of the books, but I really wanted a fancy looking one that like has like a nice leather cover with like gold leaf and stuff. So and like all in one book. So I got one of those. I'm very damn real fancy. Fancy indeed. Yeah, it'll be a big book, but I'm excited. I don't know, I just feel like if I'm gonna have something, I might as well have something beautiful. People asked me what one I was looking for or listening to. I don't know. Just don't ask. But they did a really good job. It's got they have music in the background, and they put in sound effects. They do voices, the movie voices for all the characters who showed up in the movies, and it's all one guy, and it's really amazing. I looked it up on YouTube to see if anyone had uploaded like an audiobook, because I was like, I want to listen to a little bit first to see if I can even listen to in audiobook. Because I was like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Well, most unfortunate cut from the movies is Tom Bombadil. Yeah, but you know, I can see why. I can see why he wouldn't be in the movies. Because, like, for me, reading it or listening to it, I thought it was really enjoyable, those few chapters. It felt like kind of like a stop from what was going on. And, like, you know, it was like exciting. It was fun, you know? But I feel like in the movie, like, it would have felt like too much of a like a random departure. But, like, they already cut that. I was surprised because that forest part was like half the books in the original. But yeah, he just doesn't work in the movie form. I feel like maybe if they made a series, but I mean, I'm on the last book, so I'm not sure if they bring him back later. But he's just like in the first book for like 3-4 chapters, and then he's mentioned a few times, but then never like actually comes up again, you know? But I really like him as a character. But I also think Tom Bombadil predates all of the Lord of the Rings writings, The Hobbit, everything, because it's based on a toy apparently that his kids played with. Tolkien's kids played with, and it ended up getting flushed down the toilet, and there's pictures of generally what this toy looked like. And I would have flushed it down the toilet too, I've got to be honest. So my thought process is, since we all know that Tolkien told The Hobbit specifically to like his kids as a bedtime story, what I feel like happened is when he created the backstory for this doll, it's like, this is Tom Bombadil. I feel like they probably like, he created that and made him like a god to be like, see, that's who you flushed down the toilet. Look what you've done. Do you see how powerful he was? And you flushed him down the toilet. Can you believe that? You know what's gonna happen to you now, right? That's what I think. That sounds like something... That's just what I think, you know? That's just my thought process. Yeah, the ancient art of trolling. Exactly. Like, imagine scaring the shit out of your kids, telling them this story about this great ring and being like, yeah, this Tom Bombadil guy, it's not affected at all. You flushed him down the toilet. Ranakar, thank you very much for the super. I collect various editions of Lord of the Rings books. Got my first edition of the Silmarillion. If you're interested in the lore, I suggest Tolkien the Illustrated Encyclopedia by David Day. I'll have to look that up. I think I'm getting a version by, I think, Alan Lee. I'm not 100% sure if that's the name, but it's like an illustrated version of the book. The 3 books in one. It's like Alan something. But I'll have to remember that, because I know I now that I'm doing this, I really want to read the Silmarillion and the Hobbit, because the Hobbit's a lot shorter than the Lord of the Rings. So yeah. 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 It's a children's book. Yeah, it's much shorter. And, you know, I've watched the Hobbit movies, and I didn't mind them. But part of the reason was also because Legolas was there, and I'm a Legolas simp. However, I know that, he's not actually there in the books, as well as there's that elf, Thariel, or whatever, I don't remember what her name is, Tariel, whom they added, and is, like, a movie exclusive character. Yeah. So I'm not really... Yeah. 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 90% of those movies is not in the books. Really, that much Arwen? No, not Arwen. I'm talking about the one who was added. Love interest elf. Yeah, the love interest in The Hobbit, who was only in the movies. I think her name was Tariel. Pretty sure that was her name. But I just really, I don't know. I liked her, but I also hadn't read the books. So, who am I to know? Who am I to know anything? I wonder, but it makes me wonder in the books what Legolas was doing. Because, you know, clearly we all know that it was written beforehand. Our beloved, The Hobbit was written before The Lord of the Rings, meaning there's a large chance, potentially, that Legolas just didn't exist in the mind of Tolkien when he made that story quite yet. Or he's just off doing Legolas stuff. But, you know, so I find it not so interesting that they added him in the movie. That's not a surprise, since it was made after. It's from Frodo's, yeah, it's from Bilbo Baggins' point of view. It's a story about how he got the ring and fought a dragon. You should read it. I'm a Gimli simp. Mood. Wasn't The Hobbit written after Fellowship? I don't think so. I'm pretty positive The Hobbit came first. Am I incorrect? I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure The Hobbit came first, because that's the one he started as telling to his kids. And then after the success of that, he was able to get approved for The Lord of the Rings. Because I remember, I think originally he wanted to do more Tom Bombadil stories, and everyone was like, haha, yeah, right. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just make this epic then instead. And they're like, yeah, do that. Yeah. But in terms of the movies, you'd be correct. The Hobbit movies came later. But book-wise, The Hobbit was first. I wonder, and then it makes me curious, because I know he was writing a sequel to The Lord of the Rings. However, he got like 13 pages in and was like, oh, fucking never mind. It's like, I'm not doing this shit again. Because all the elves were already gone. He killed off, you know, wait, more books? He was going to, but he didn't. He only wrote 13 pages. Apparently, he just, I think he wrote something that he was stopping it because he was like, all of the magic is basically gone. Because all the elves have, like, it's basically literally just the world of men at this point. There are no more orcs. There's no more, yeah, it was too dark, basically. So, he just kind of was like, I don't think this story is worth writing, actually. But I'm like, wait, please. But it makes me wonder in that timeline then what happened to, like, the Hobbits and what happened to dwarves. Because obviously the elves were all gone. But, yeah. The men were kind of going in a bad direction and it made him depressed. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of good to leave the story on a high note. You know? It just became our world. I mean, isn't that one of the things Tolkien says anyways, that Middle Earth is our Earth still, but like in a different time or something? I don't remember. You look cute today. What a distraction. Thank you. But yeah. I do wish he had written more, but I guess again it's hard because the times in the story that we got were literally all the ends. All at the ends of basically all the fun things in Middle Earth. What are you crunching on? This is my hairbrush. I'm petting it. Thank you. Seems like he wrote himself into a corner. I mean, yeah, I don't think he wrote himself into a corner per se, because he finished his stories and they were epic. He just decided that maybe what he wanted, or what he saw for the world after that maybe wasn't the best. That's what the Silmarillion is for. Yeah! Didn't his son help finish that one? Wasn't that one, I don't remember, was it unfinished and then his son helped kind of fill in the blanks. I don't know. I know people are like, Tolkien wouldn't have liked the movies, but I also like to pretend that Tolkien was a really cool dude and would have probably like thought that they were acceptable. So whenever his son is like, Dad would have hated these. Would have hated these so much. I'm like, oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. He's like, I hate these movies. I won't even meet Peter Jackson. I don't want to see him. I don't want to look in his direction. Nice gifts. Thank you. Yeah, like, I feel like he'd be too overcome with technology to even care. Gollum was originally written to have given the ring to Bilbo willingly. No way. But yeah, I really like lore, so I'm looking forward to reading the Silmarillion after I finish. I don't know if I'm going to do The Hobbit first or the Silmarillion. Obviously, I need audiobooks, so I need to find... Because this audiobook that I'm listening to, it's part of what is making this really hard. Like, it makes it really hard to put down. Because usually, like, the whole reason I can't read books is because they give me a really bad headache. And very soon I am not able to read them, and then it just becomes pain instead of fun. Which is part of the issue, you know? Because usually when you're wanting to read, it should be, you know, like, relaxing. So, I feel like it's always been really hard for me. Why do you have bad headaches while reading? I have no idea. It might be font size, it might be, like, lighting, but, like, I just generally end up in a state of a really bad place, and honestly, I'm a really, not induced, what is the word? I'm really audio stimulated, so, like, audio really helps me, like, get into things that I'm doing. So, like, music, it's one of the reasons I really, really love music, you know? Because it's so exciting to me, you know, to hear something, I guess. So, yeah. Audibly inclined. I like that. Autumn Blake, thank you for the supa. Thank you for your first supa, your first time. I've been downloading audiobooks of BG3 actors have narrated. Dude, I couldn't do that, actually. I thought I heard Gale's actor in something my sister was listening to, and all I could think about was Gale. I feel like if I heard that, I'd just be like, Gale? My boy, is that you? Like, I saw him in Outlander, or is it Outlander? I don't know. It's that one romance in Scotland we've talked about. I'm pretty sure it's Outlander. Like, he was in that TV show. And I'm just... It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Andy Serkis has done some of the Tolkien audiobooks. I'll probably end up having to listen to him when I do the Silmarillion. Any audiobooks you'd recommend? No, admittedly I don't have like a lot of time usually to listen to audiobooks, but since we're watching them and I can kind of do other stuff since I don't have to like be reading. I'm still paying close attention, of course, but or like sometimes I'll be like listening to it before I go to bed. When I'm in bed, I'll just turn off my phone and then listen to the audiobook. Then sometimes I pass the fuck out. No, I don't listen in 2x speed, actually. I've been listening at normal speed because the guy is acting the whole time. And I appreciate that. Won't your sister read them to you? No. Probably not. Like, if I'm watching someone clean a rug or like a beaver dam or stuff like that, or like cleaning, then yeah, I'll watch it on 2x speed because I don't really care. I'm just consuming that content for consuming's sake, you know? But like, and sometimes like if I'm listening to a really long audio document or like documentary that's just by like some YouTuber, I'll listen to it at 2x speed, or like you know, that kind of stuff. But if it's anything I actually wish to enjoy, like an anime or anything like music, like I'm gonna listen to it at like normal speed. Because like, what's the point? Especially when like the person is actually like getting into it and like acting. I don't remember if I've talked about this, but like one of my favorite musicals of all time. My favorite musicals of all time. I love it. One day I just needed to listen to it. I was fiending to hear the music, but I only like the live version. Okay. The like studio recordings are fine, but there's something about the live version that just strikes straight to my heart. You know what I mean? So I was trying to listen to it on 2x speed just to get past the acting parts, and I realized it literally ruined all the acting choices. Because, like, sure, I can consume the information at 2x speed and understand what's happening, but there's so many little moments and, like, things especially that are acted that, like, it are completely 100% ruined if you speed them up. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I was speeding through it not even to, like, listen to the acting anyway, but to get to the songs, because the songs in the live version was what I wanted to listen to. But I feel like the details are important, and the, like, in, you know, stage plays, movies, even audiobooks, it seems that, like, I just don't know why. Yeah, the pauses and timing are important for the feel. Exactly. It's theatrical. Sometimes you might decide to go slow very intentionally, making sure that every single word is carefully enunciated. And other times you might be really wanting to talk fast so you can show off everything and oh my god, spaghetti all over the place, oh my god. You know, like, the timing shows off and helps show emotions. So, like, I don't even think I got through, like, half of it being able to listen to it at 2x speed, because it ruins those, like, slow moments. It ruins most of it. You know what I mean? So I was like, after that point, I was like, okay, yeah, I can listen to certain things really fast and it doesn't matter. Like, again, like cleaning videos, because I'm not listening to what they're saying in the cleaning video, or like at least not with care. But if it's something I actually care about and I'm interested in, and I'm sure there's some people who feel like they can still absorb the information properly, but personally, I don't think that exists. Because again, acting is a lot of intentional choices. Same with singing. If you speed it up, you're missing those. Don't you just like when there's scenes when you can't see anything? What do you mean? When people are cleaning? Because, no. They usually already speed it up, so it just gets even faster. I hate those people who promote nightcore as if it's a real genre. I mean, I don't really like nightcore, but that's just because it's not my thing. I can see how some people would enjoy it. And there's one song that I've only heard in nightcore because it was in a really, really fucking good AMV. And then I feel like what really happens is you end up finding a nightcore version of a song first. And then by the time you go to listen to the actual song, it sounds wrong because, like, it's too quote-unquote slow. But, like, Eurobeat's different. But Eurobeat is made with the intention to be like that. I love Eurobeat. But, like, I mean, I feel like there's a difference even with Eurobeat, which is a specific genre, which uses specific, like, kinds of synths and stuff, you know, to get a very specific sound. It's so different from just speeding up music, you know, versus, like, what was it even called? Nightcore? It's just speeding it up to make it faster and then heightening the pitch so it sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I don't really like Alvin and the Chipmunks. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But power to you if you like nightcore. If you just like to listen to music that sounds high, then by all means. By all means. But yeah, personally, I much prefer Eurobeat if we're going to talk about actual remixes, which takes a lot more work than just pitching something up. A lot more work. First Peter and now the Chipmunks. Okay, leave the I'm sorry, Chipmunks. Why is someone vacuuming? Can you even believe my family? Well, Mastermind, thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships to the community. Slowed and reverbed better than both. Slowed and reverbed is just like the weirdest thing to come out of like, it's like anti-nightcore, but it's also like the same thing. It's just reversed. But like, I think it's so funny because I love when it's like put in like an ambiance sort of thing where it's like, you're in a dark cave. you're in a, you've gone into the back rooms and this is what you hear. And then there's like a slowed and reverbed version of something playing like really quietly in the background. Yeah, sorry, I can't do anything about... Why are they just turning it up? Urs Druid, thank you very much for the supa. Thank you for your first time, for your first supa. Ashenport, thank you for the supa. I absolutely love the remix Rebellion MV. Yeah! Is there a chance that we may get a longer version of it? I don't think so. It would be really cool, though. Ah, they turned off the vacuum. Thank goodness. But yeah, no, that was such a bop. I got like stuck. You guys probably saw, I think that night too, I made a tweet about a song called Mogul Mogul. Mogul Mogul. Eh, Mogul Mogul. Eh, Mogul Mogul. Eh, la 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 la. It was so funny. It's one of my favorite songs. Mogu Mogu. No, not Mogu Mogu. It's like mo. It's not mo. It's not mogo mogo. It's like mo. It's like it's a different vowel. It's romanized as M or yeah, M-E-O G-E-O. But yeah, that's not really a good way to describe how it's pronounced. But still, it's like oh. I don't know how to describe it. Probably a Korean person could describe it better. But it's not mo. It's mo. But yeah, it's a fun song. But with that, I basically like I got off my computer after looping Mogo, no, M-E-O. M-E-O-G-E-O is how it's romanized. So it's not Mogo, it's Mogo, Mo. But again, my Korean is dreadful. You hear no difference, and this is why you like me would be bad at speaking Korean. It's like, it's not mo. It's mo, you know? It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. I don't know. Yeah, Korean's really difficult. Beautiful. Beautiful language. It's like bulgogi. Yeah. Well, the thing, it's like the same thing with kimbap and gimbap. You know, like, it's not really pronounced either of those ways. You know, you can't really say kimbap. People will understand what you mean. Same with if you say gimbap. But it's like, that character is more like kim. It's like a mix between a K and a G, which is why there's, like, not really a good way... Kimchi. Not kimchi or gimchi. It's like kimchi. Kimchi. Gimbap. You're gonna say G? I mean, but it's not a G, though. It's like a weird... It's like a weird... You know what I mean? It's like a mix. It's like a mix. Kimchi is the other Lord of the Rings. No. Same with B. The B. I've always had an issue with the Korean B and like purdak, because it's like pur. Balebird, where are you when I need you? Someone doesn't know aspiration. Purdak. Like this poruka, oruya. I did that wrong, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Oruka, oruyo. Purdak. But yeah, the Korean, I was learning Korean for like 4 years. But my Korean is still really bad, so definitely I'm not native, nor do I remember basically anything. Sometimes, you know, if I try to, usually it actually doesn't take me that long to remember how to read Korean. I can do it pretty fast, actually, because I learned the whole alphabet. And I actually got really good at reading it really fast. Did I know anything? No, I didn't know anything I was saying. Or like, rather, I couldn't understand things very well. So native Korean, understood. No! Yeah, Kanade is really good at Korean. Nurse's Korean pronunciation actually not bad! Oh, sweet. Yeah, Hangul is very nice. I love Hangul. I wish that there was an equivalent in Japanese, to be honest. Hangul is supposed to be easy to read. It is, because the king at the time who made it, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think what happened was one guy was like, you know, it sucks that we can all speak Korean, but only some people can read it because we use these Chinese characters. We should do something about that. And he's like, anyway, so I made this language that's super duper easy to read, especially if you're a native reader and you already know how to read. You can just plug it in, easy, simple. You can learn it in a day. You already know Korean. But yeah. Yeah, he's like, just read it easy. You can learn it so quickly, so fast, and then everyone can read Korean. Yay! Imagine that's how it actually went. I like to pretend it is. Yeah, exactly. He's like, it just works. Korean is really hard, but reading Korean is super easy. I was at the point where I could sing the Korean hymnals with the Hangul at regular speed. I didn't know what the fuck I was saying, but I could read it. Korean joke? No, you can't say that. But yeah. Yeah. Billboard, thank you for the soup. Reese's Korean pronunciation is quite good. Be confident. Look at, there's my guy. Syntonym, I can't read that word. I mean, I'm sure they're both just as difficult to read. Or not to read, but to understand in terms of like sentence structure. But in terms of learning in words, I can't even speak English. This is why I can't learn another language. In terms of actually reading Korean is easy to read. Korean is about as easy to learn how to read as English is. Because you just have to learn how many characters there are, you know? It's easy. It's easy to learn how to read it. I never said anything about speaking it. Speaking Korean is a whole different story. Speaking Korean is very difficult. The pronunciation for an English speaker like me is very difficult. Very hard. Because they're mixes of things that I mean, we technically have the sounds, but not really. Tough thought, though. Yeah, exactly. English, I mean, I never said English was easy. I think English is also a hard as fuck language to learn if you don't know it. Because, you know, I've been studying English all my life, and I still couldn't explain to you how it works. But yeah, I feel like Korean Korean's a really beautiful language, but it's definitely really hard. Very difficult language to learn. But reading is way easier than Japanese, comparatively. It's not even a contest. You could learn to read Korean in a week, and you would be able to fluently not speak or understand what's even happening, but you would technically be able to read Korean 100%. If you gave it everything, if you put a whole week into just learning Hangul, you'd be able to do it. Japanese! You can learn hiragana and maybe katakana in that time. If you really work hard, but in terms of reading kanji, all the different readings, all the different stuff, it's not possible. Kanji is its own monster. And granted, I really love Japanese too. And it makes me feel really happy when I am able to read something with kanji or otherwise. I'm like, hee hee, I know what that meant. Hee 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 hee. Hee hee hee. But it definitely makes it hard mode. Because I can read quite a bit of Japanese. Like, see, Yuharu posted something. I can't read those kanji because they're too small and it's going by too fast. And it takes me too long. So it takes me time to identify. I have to look at the kanji for a long time to remember what they are and how they're read. Juan, thank you for the supa. But yeah, languages are hard. Anyway, that's my point. Language, difficult. Language is hard. The kanji is kanji. Yeah, I need... sadly, I can't ask for furigana everywhere I go. But Korean, reading-wise, super... chef's kiss. You'll get used to it, but it takes time. Yeah. Like, at the same time, I don't think I'd have them change it because I feel like it would be hard. Pretty much just as difficult to read somehow. I mean, obviously, you would still be able to read, and if you were only ever reading that, you'd be able to do it, but words would be a lot longer if you only had hiragana and katakana. Or just hiragana, I guess, because katakana is always written in katakana. Language is hard, except for swear words. You've got a point. I like German. Because my favorite musical... Have I told you guys about my favorite musical? Elizabeth Das musical. It's a German language musical about the Austrian Empress Elizabeth, also Queen of Hungary. Have I told you it's my favorite? It's about a real person who was alive at one point. Her husband, Franz Josef, was a bitch. Anyway. That's your favorite? I mean, okay, roughly I probably have like 3 favorite musicals. So it's not really fair. I feel like every musical I listen to, I say it's my favorite. Elizabeth Das musical is probably my top musical of all time. However, it is also tied with Star Kids Twisted. I love so many musicals, but something about that, it's got a good mix of comedy and just people being dumb as fuck, but also like it's got a really good story and heart and like really fucking good music behind it. It's just really good, you know? But yeah, and then like, what's your least favorite? Cats. I don't even have to think about that one. I've never seen a musical that's made me think I never want to see that again until I saw Cats. I saw Cats and yeah. Hadestown is so good. Dude, no matter how many times I watch that musical, Hadestown, I always expect that Orpheus won't look back. No matter, even though I know how the story ends, even though they tell you right at the beginning that it's a sad story and will have a sad ending, I just, every single time, I'm like, no, it's fine. This time for sure. This time for sure. That's also, I'll be so for real, the first time I had ever heard Eurydice said out loud and realized that it's not Eurydice. And like, it makes so much sense that it's Eurydice. And it makes me so happy that now, because the guy who played Orpheus just has such a lyrical way of speaking. Eurydice. The way he says it is like a song. It's like a little song. He's like singing. I wish someone would sing my name with a pretty speaking. Nerissa, where's someone to sweetly coax me? Huh? I used to say Aphrodite for Aphrodite. I see, I've always known Aphrodite was Aphrodite, but like no one ever told me how to say Eurydice. She wasn't really important enough. Where do we apply? I don't know. Submit yourself saying it in my live tag and I'll watch it later. Ninja Star, thank you for the super. Still recovering from anime Boston, but it was nice meeting you. Thank you. Any recommendations for helping your throat recover after yelling for an entire weekend? Be quiet. Rest your voice. If you have any throat coat, take it. It'll just kind of help soothe your vocal cords. You don't need thieves oil. That's what I like to use, but you don't need it. Just tea, honey. Those sorts of things will be really good for you. For the person who keeps asking, yes, I've seen Heathers. Yes, I love Heathers. It's great. I love Heathers. I love Heathers a lot. I think it's a really good musical. I really love how they fixed JD, in my opinion. Thieves Oil? So Thieves Oil is... I don't know what the fuck is in Thieves Oil, but I remember when I was in musical theater, me and all the other theater kids would have our own little vials of Thieves Oil, and this is super unsafe. Do not do this. But whenever we had a performance coming up and our voices were feeling less and clear, we would directly put one drop of Thieves Oil on the back of our tongue and devour it. Just one drop, and that shit will open up your throat. But like, that's like worst. It's an essential oil, but essential oils, you're not really supposed to do that with them, and they can like cause like burns and stuff. So don't do that. Don't follow in my footsteps. But I don't think anyone uses Thieves Oil but me, because I really like Thieves Oil and like a, what's it called? One of those things, not an air purifier. Diffuser. But yeah, Thieves Oil, it smells really nice. And if you put it in a diffuser that's kind of near wherever you're sleeping or doing stuff, it will help. But that is the only way you should consume Thieves Oil. You put oil in your throats? Yeah, we were crazy. Yeah, stick to water, stick to tea, stick to honey, stick to, specifically if you want it, I would get throat coat. Throat coat is the best tea. It actually tastes good too. Oh, my favorite Heather song is Dead Girl Walking, but I also like I Was Meant to Be Yours. I was meant to be yours. He's just so cute and crazy. Ari Suzumiya, thank you very much for the super. Yeah, I just love... I love so many musicals. You just don't make me talk. How do you feel about The Greatest Showman? I haven't seen that one. And honestly, I kind of don't want to. I don't know what it is about it. There's something about it that I'm just not into. JC Superstar, I love that one. Judas was so fucking good. Especially in the movie. I like the, he won't listen to me. Oh, come on and listen to me. The one with Wolverine. Yeah, I think I just am tired of Wolverine's actor in movies that are musicals. I get why they put him in there because, like, he's a super big advocate for them. But, like, I'm just tired of seeing his face, you know? I think he's great and all, but I think there's other people who are also great that, I mean, I just would be happy to see other actors. Anyway, sorry. Hugh Jackman, but he's the greatest showman. I don't care. In my opinion, he's not the greatest anything. He's just Wolverine. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with Hugh Jackman. It's just like I'm tired of seeing him. Like, think of like when Hamilton came out. I know some of those actors were pretty famous, but like think of how often you had seen them. But now I'm getting really fucking tired of seeing David David, or what's his name? What's his name? David, what is your name? David Diggs. David Diggs. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting tired of seeing his name around. But they're all really talented. I was like obsessed. I was obsessed with Hamilton. Very incredibly obsessed. I loved Hamilton to the point where I was singing the songs all the time. All the time. Lin-Manuel Miranda is kind of overrated in my book. I mean, I think his music's great. I think it's not a style that everybody likes. But, like, personally, I'm not, like... It's not that I hate his song composing, because I don't. Like, pretty much everything he's written I really like. But, like, I'm also just... I'm tired. I need some new blood. I mean, it's the same issue I have with, like... most things, you know, whenever they end up using the same actors over and over and over again repetitively in the same space, it just gets old. It's not to say that any of those actors are bad or anything like that, because that's not true. All of them are phenomenal. But, like, it's just overdone at that point where it's like, okay, I get it. I mean, think of it, like, I really, 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 really love Astarion's actor, Neil Newbin. I think he's amazing, incredible, but I feel like, for me, I feel like Astarion was a really defining role for him. But now imagine, he has other amazing roles where he doesn't even sound even remotely the same. Like, Heisenberg. I feel like, if you hadn't told me that was Neil Newbin, I wouldn't have known, right? But there's going to be... Mark my words, there's going to be a variety of people who now make roles with Neil Newbin in mind that they want to sound exactly like Astarion, okay? It's going to probably happen. And now he has the option to not do that, which I think will hopefully be what happens. But imagine if now, in every single video game you played, whether it was that or not, you heard Neil Newbin as a sexy little elf vampire man. Maybe that's not his character, but he just sounds exactly the same as Astarion and is generally the same kind of character. You get tired of it. You'd be like, yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. Okay. Anyway, like, you just, it starts to get to you, you know? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying there's anything wrong about seeing the same actors or that they're bad. That's not it. It's just, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of seeing the Hamilton actors everywhere. It's my only point. Yeah, variety's the spice of life, and there's only so long I can deal with seeing certain actors over and over and over and over again. I mean, it seemed like... I think they... It's like if every romance movie... Like, Pretty Woman was amazing. However, I have cursed news. There is a movie called Runaway Bride that has the same leads, Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. both of them are both the leads, the romantic leads in that again. I actually saw that movie before I saw Pretty Woman. I think it definitely came after, when Hollywood saw how amazing their chemistry was. And I actually really liked that movie. I like Pretty Woman too. And I think that's fine, because I think they did a really good job kind of being a bit different. But it's also interesting because it's like, okay, who, you know, like if I had not seen Runaway Bride first, I might have felt differently about it. But like personally, it's just like, it's not Pretty Woman 2, it's not a sequel. It just has the same exact cast for the leads. Pretty Woman. Watch along when? I don't know. That movie's older than me. Okay. Get over it. Youngin', you child. Don't worry about it. I like more Crispin Freeman in Metal Gear. Well, I mean, like, I feel like there's some actors, and again, I feel like this would happen in Neil Newbon too. I don't think he'd let himself be typecasted. I think he'd probably be like, I don't want to take this role, or I don't want to play it like that, so unless you do it like this. But like a lot of voice actors, because like Matthew Mercer too, I feel like he never really gets old, because I never listen to something and feel like, oh yeah, that's Matthew Mercer, you know? Like, I'm like, oh my god, Minsk, oh my god, Vincent Valentine, you know, like, obviously it's still him, but he just does such a phenomenal job at keeping it fresh that I never feel like I'm seeing the same person twice. And this isn't to say anything about actors, but especially with voice acting, you've got to have a certain kind of range. You know what I mean? You've got to have a certain kind of range to be able to be in every single project and not have people be like, oh, I see. Him again. That guy. Tara Strong is another great example. She has incredible range. Like, I feel like it's to the point where I can usually recognize a Tara Strong voice. Like, recognize that it's her. However, like, you think of all the different things that she's in and just how vastly different she sounds in pretty much every project. Like, she's phenomenal. She's absolutely phenomenal. Chris Pratt, I won't speak on that man, but I would prefer not to see his name ever again. But yeah, like, obviously that doesn't have to be every voice actor, okay? There's some voice actors who just have a really iconic voice. Okay, and that's just what they sound like, and they sound great, and that's okay too. I'm not saying that that's not okay before anyone tries to say that that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, when I see the same person over and over again in every project and they always sound exactly the same, then at that point I get, especially when it's like an iconic character. I can't talk about it too much, but for example, one of the iconic characters who I personally feel like in a recent live action was completely ruined by sounding not like the animated equivalent, when I feel like they could have just got an actor who sounded like the animated equivalent of that character and was really animated and really went out there and was really experienced with voice acting. But then instead they just got someone who was famous who did okay, I guess, but like they didn't really sound fantastic. They just kind of sounded like a guy vaguely trying to fit this character. Jack Black gets a pass. Everything Jack Black does, he gets, oops, I broke something that I wasn't supposed to break. Everything Jack Black does, I feel like he does such a good job really embodying what he is trying to do. Like that man, as far as I'm concerned, is 100% a voice actor. I'd even say that he's a voice actor before I'd say that he is an actor. I know obviously he's both, but like, he's just incredible. Was it Avatar? I'm not talking about Avatar. I haven't seen that live action and I don't plan to. I'm not particularly interested in it. Ugh. Why did I have to break this thing I wasn't supposed to break? Oh no. Oh no, it's all my fault. Ugh, I just got it yesterday. Did you watch Kung Fu Panda? I don't watch Kung Fu Panda. I mean, I watched the first few movies, but after that I was like, do we really need more of this? Which is just my opinion, okay? If you like Kung Fu Panda, that's totally fine. What broke? No, it's, I ordered something that finally arrived after a long time, and it came with this little thing that you have to use with it to get it to work, but it comes with, like, this strap so that, like, it makes sense, but on accident, I have destroyed it. It's not Kiara merch, no. If only. That was a big crisis averted if it was Kiara merch. I can probably fix this, though. I've got tweezers. Surely that means I can fix it. It got in this tiny thing, so surely it can get out. Palebird, thank you for the super. But yeah, anyways, let's stop talking about this, because I'm not trying to, like, make it sound like I don't appreciate actors' work, because that's not the point. I do. I'm just saying that me as a consumer, sometimes I would like to hear different people. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Nothing against any actors or anyone specific. Okay, I fixed it. Yeah, what should we talk about? You guys have any questions about anything coming up? Yeah, sometimes casting's a miss. That's it. Exactly. Variety is the spice of life. How was your day? Oh, pretty good. Because I got to go out with my mommy. It was pretty fun. Upcoming projects. Ha ha ha. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm working on a lot of things. I need to get in my studio soon. So I'm prepping some stuff, but I can't tell you about that now, can I? It was so funny. At Anime Boston, people were asking questions about things that, obviously, when we can talk about them, we will. But it made it quite funny because when most of the audience is asking you about one thing and then you can't talk about it and you have to say something else, you know? You can't help but feel a little bad. But yeah. The real question for Hollow Summer, will Cover be brave enough to put you in a bikini? They better be. Look, if they put Crony in a bikini, I can get a bikini. Oh, why would I need a shirt? How was meeting with fans? Oh, it was really fantastic. I think I've said this before, but like, you guys are obviously being here is already dreamlike. Like, I get to be friends with Kiara. I get to talk to so many people that I admire. I get to do the thing that I love most. So it's like, obviously I'm very fortunate and blessed. But obviously you guys are definitely the highlight for me. So it was really special. I hope I get the opportunity to do a lot more Hollow Meets. Because, you know, it was just a special, I wish every time that it would have to like end, like the time talking with fans, I was always like, no, I wish there was more time. I feel so bad. I was so nervous though, because like I'm getting to talk directly to you guys. You guys are talking to me. And I know you guys are always talking to me, like right now you're talking to me, but it's different when I get to see your smiling faces and get to see like your emotions and have you guys be like, I'm really nervous, and me be like, no, don't be nervous, it's okay. You know, like, it's just this this very interpersonal experience that makes me so happy. So, thank you for everyone who came by the way. If you didn't get a chance, hopefully next time I do Hollow Meet, if it's near you, you can get the opportunity to maybe get picked. I would like that. But yeah, it was a very fun time. Some people were so very wonderfully prepared. and had like questions already for me. So I felt bad because I was like, I want to answer all their questions, so hopefully I'm going fast enough. Hollow Meat never be in Germany? Why not? Why not ask your local convention to do Hollow Meat? Because I'm sure if they were willing to get the things that are needed for it, that it could happen. Atenza, thank you for the soup. I'll fly from West Coast to the East Coast for you again, my Kamiyoshi. It was so nice to meet you, Atenza. Local convention. Yeah. I don't think it matters where you're located. If you message them and say that you want hololive to come and specifically Hollow Meat and send them things, if enough people do that, there's a potential that that'll happen. But what you gotta keep in mind is it's not up to hololive or even me where we go. You know, it's up to the convention if they invite us. It doesn't matter where you live, as long as there's conventions near you. Oh. Time to bother the conventions in Texas. Exactly! Exactly. We no longer have a local convention. No! I'm so sorry to hear that. With how big Hollow is, a lot of anime cons would be willing as long as folks are interested. Exactly. That's the secret. If they know that people who are at... Because obviously Hololive's really popular, right? So if they see that a lot of people locally are interested in Hololive, they're going to be like, I should invite these people. Otherwise, they're going to take other recommendations from people doing the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, this is really popular right now. This seems popular. Okay. Let's invite them. So that's really all you can do. So if I ask, you could be at Comic-Con in London. Theoretically speaking, I don't know. Is Comic-Con really a thing? I've never been to a Comic-Con. What kind of con? I mean, it seems like it's more of a comic and game convention. So yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, we're gamers. Yeah, we could probably, yeah. We could probably be at Comic-Con. I can't see why not. Also, Ninja Star, thank you for the soup. I'm glad you had fun hanging out in the Hollow Meat room. My favorite part of every anime con is meeting. Yeah, that too. I saw a lot of fans came in and they're like, I was talking to other fans out there and I made some friends. And I'm like, that's so wonderful. I think that's the beauty of anime conventions, to be honest. Is like getting to meet other people and make new friends. It's just so much fun. Siege, thank you very much for the pinky. I'll end up sending a Flasta. What's a Flasta? Eh? There's like TwitchCon too. Twitch, I don't stream on Twitch. I don't know about that one. Storm King, thank you for the super. Venda told me your print sold out every day at WeebCon. Lots of VTubers were there. Please come. I did see someone posted that, being like, "Oh, she sold out my Oshi." Yeah. Look at me being a little popular. I can't. I'll blush. Tell WeebCon to invite us next year, and tell them that too. Be like, look, even in the vendor hall, all of Narissa Ravencroft's prints sold out. You should have her as a guest at Hollow Meat. Think of how exciting that would be. I think that would be fun. So therefore, you should do it for me. For you, also. We both benefit, because I get to meet more fans. And then you guys potentially get to meet me if you're at that local convention. Hehe. I'm really hoping. I need to talk to management and tell them to let me do that again. INF Jeff, thank you for the super. Guess I'm flying to Texas then. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to a con in Texas. You have to ask them to invite us. Storm King, thank you for that was me. It was you. I want a Narissa Ravencroft print. I think if you're making a print of me, you should send it to the Hololive headquarters with their permission so I can have it as a gift. I think that should be a thing that you guys do, because I'll even pay you for them. Shit. Let me have your prints. I need your Narissa Ravencroft prints. Imagine you come into my room And then, like, it's just my face all over the wall. What would you do? It's not allowed? Yeah. I mean, I think if you sent an art piece with a letter, I don't see why they'd say no. Like, I know sending gifts, so you probably can't send, like, charms and stuff, but really, even prints? Do they hate prints, too? How could they do that? I keep thinking about Schmeagol. I miss the little bugger. The little guy. Little Schmeagol. What's wrong with him? Ugh. Anyway, I told the cons to invite you. Hopefully you can come. Thank you, Fox Mom. Yeah, no, seriously, if you guys see people doing prints, you should, they should post the art with, like, a signature on Twitter, and then tag me, or, like, put my art tag in it. Blackout Horseman, thank you for the super. I was a ghost player in the panel. Yeah, I was not expecting that cosplay. I haven't played that, though. Gomen Nasai. Excited for the Return of the King. Watch along. Me too! I need to try and get through as much of the Return of the King book as I can. Before then. I have the unfortunate circumstance of, I want to get through some of the book so I can have book context for certain things. So, isn't it tomorrow? No. It better not be tomorrow. Wait, let me look at my schedule real quick. Give me one sec. You made me panic. You made me panic. Where's my schedule? One sec. Pretty sure I have the day off tomorrow. Yeah, I have the day off tomorrow, and then the day after it's the Lord of the Wings Wata Wong. Starmac, thank you for the super. But yeah. It is this week, but it's Friday. Don't freak me out like that. It's not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I have the day off. But I'm also going out and doing stuff, so it's not like I can just mess around and do nothing and just listen to my audiobook. Yuharu, thank you very much for the Akasupa. Thank you for the good fortune that your birthday is the day of the members only chat. To be honest, I can only understand 30% of the English in your streams, but this means I can like you 3 times more than I do now. My unchanging love to you. Yuharu, arigatou gozaimasu. Daisuki. And JP time, I guess it's tomorrow. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I've got 2 sleepy cats in my room. I gave them catnip and they were going crazy earlier. What do I do about them now? What do I do about them now that they're sleepy? It's okay, us English fans only understand 30% of what she says too. Excuse me! I've been told that I talk very clearly and precisely. So I do not want to hear this slander against me. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Halloween, by the way. Shut up! My English is great! I was going to go and be a writer at one point. Or not a writer, but a poet. I don't think poets make a lot of money these days. I don't think they made a lot of money before either, though, to be honest. Was Shakespeare rich in his lifetime? I think he did have money, actually. But anyway. I really wanted to become a poet and write poetry all the time. And now it's funny because I have no inspiration to write anything. Hee hee. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just too scared to speak from my heart. I suppose that's it. Aren't singers kind of poets with showmanship? I mean, if you are like writing your own stuff, then I suppose. But like, if you're just singing lyrics that someone else wrote, I don't know. I mean, technically, you're still doing, you're singing and you're telling a story still. But a poet is the writer. Also, Yuharu, thank you for the super. Don't worry. I figured you meant your birthday. Happy birthday, Yuharu! O tanjoubi omedetou. O tanjoubi omedetou. O tanjoubi omedetou. O tanjoubi omedetou. Give it a shot. You'll never. No, I try. Trust it. Let's go back here. I try to write stuff. I keep trying to write lyrics, and I can't do it. It just won't happen for me. I'm struggling. Yeah. Happy boss today. Storm King, thank you for the super. Do you want the website that sells the prints? By the way, there's NSFW, Narissa. There better be NSFW. Yeah, feel free to put it in my live tag. If there's ever anything you want me to see that you think I'd like, feel free to just put it in my live tag. I do go through that. How many poems you wrote you can share? Can I share any of the poems that I've written? They're probably not very good. But I always got really high marks on my poetry. And then my teacher was surprised. He was like, why are you in creative writing and not the AP course? And I was like, because I had that one teacher last year who gives out really bad marks. And he gave me a really bad marks. He gave me really bad marks. So I couldn't do it. Here's one. I actually didn't like this one, but I got really high marks on it. I can probably... I've never released anything publicly. I forget what kind of poem this was. It's free verse. I wrote it, actually. A free verse poem. So... this one, I just titled simply Dream Poem. Dream poem. Now I'm embarrassed. I haven't read this in a long time, so I don't remember what it says. But it says, we're always falling in many different directions. Some left, some right, some all around. Surrounded but alone. We brush by others but never touch, because a brush is just enough. As we start to reach our end, there is no ground to greet us. Our bodies twist and start to bend as we keep falling to our end. It was based off of a dream I had. Don't ask. I don't know. It's been a long time. But there's a Narissa Ravencroft poem for you. Since you wanted one. Don't steal my poetry, please. My poem, don't steal! Wake me up inside. I don't know, I think I had a dream where I was falling. And then I saw one of my friends, and I reached out my hand to them, and our fingertips had brushed, like just touched gently, and then we both kept falling in different directions, like oppositely. And there was like lots of other people, so it's not like it was just that person. But yeah, I just had a very negative feeling to it, so I wrote a poem on it. Stole and published? No! My poem! Please, I wrote this from my heart. I have another one that's called The Audition, but I don't think I can read that, actually. Where are my other poems? I had a lot of poems, but I probably didn't save a lot of them. Yeah, I think those are the only ones I still have. Yeah. Too bad. Too bad. I had to write one that, like, was less of a poem and was supposed to look... I found it, actually, immediately. It was supposed to look like stars in the sky. So like it wasn't so much about like how the actual poem sounded as a poem, but more about like how you could shape it. And I was not good at that. I was not good of that, but I think I read to you. When eager eyes of children, young and old alike, gaze into the summer sky from morning to midnight, they see a silent twinkle, a glittering, shining gold, surrounded by the dark blue that comes in warm or cold, with bright moonlight that shines below onto the weary watchers, as millions upon millions of little flakes and shapes go tink, tink, twinkle, tink in small ensembles, scattered through and through the night sky cold and blue. The little stars and constellations, they wander over every nation. The giant spoon, the little spoon, a canis minor and major, they fly about till dawn arrives and hide away for later. Oh, little lady wants to leave the room. Get out. But yeah, I didn't label this one as a... Are you rapping? I guess I could rap it. Yeah, tink, 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 twinkle, tink. That's how you knew. I was like, what am I doing? Bitch, what's going on? I had another one I really liked. What was it called? It's surely I kept that one because it was the one I actually liked. Ah, it was a Pantone poem. So it's basically like it's when you have to repeat. It's when you have to repeat over and over again different things and like change the order. I don't really remember how it works. It wasn't my favorite kind of poem. It's kind of annoying, honestly. But it was called Moon Nocturne. I think it was supposed to be Moon's Nocturne, but for whatever reason I was like, it doesn't need the S. But Moon Nocturne. Where the arrows of Artemis fly on the silver plains that light up every night, and the moonbeams spread before her eyes with the stars that shoot through dreams in eager flight. On the silver plains that light up every night, where craters form from left to right, from east to west, with the stars that shoot through dreams in eager flight, she's shielded by the light in which she's dressed. Where craters form from left to right, from east to west, her brother follows, knowing only fortitude. She's shielded by the light in which she's dressed, as her mother plays her nighttime etude. Her brother follows, knowing only fortitude, and the moonbows spread before her eyes, as her mother plays her nighttime etude, where the arrows of Artemis fly. Yeah. Guys, I'm like so, like, don't ask. That one was really difficult for me. It was really hard for me to do that one. Because it was just, like, stressful. Sorry, one sec. Okay. Sorry. Writing poetry stream when? I don't know if I can do that. Are there any secret poems? I don't think so. I wrote a lot of poems about the moon. I remember that they turned in a moon poem, and the teacher was like, surely this much must be hers because she's always writing shit about the moon. And I was like, haha, not this time. But I don't know how to find most of them anymore. Not this time. Yeah, not this time. That wasn't me. Dabs on the haters. Yeah, I really liked writing poetry. Is this by me too? I have one called Walk Through a Rainy Day. And this was a teacher who hated me. I wrote this in his class, and I don't remember if I got good marks, but I can still see his comments on it. This is called A Walk Through a Rainy Day. I have no idea how these are, so keep in mind I'm reading to you guys ancient poetry that I do not remember. Why did he hate? I don't know. He just didn't like me. I ran through the door, swift and silent, a smile on my face and my eyes glimmering like diamonds. The rain was falling, cold on my skin, delightfully so that across my face had spread a grin. The sky was alight, pleasantly so, that even the moon couldn't match its divine glow. In feverish flight, soaked to the bone, I took in the sight of this freezing yet lively unknown. The puddles a-splash beneath my feet as I ran back home with a newfound smile that none could beat. It's then that I felt the weight of it all, the sun to arise and the rain that would fall. Don't ask what I was cooking, because I don't know what I was cooking. But I was cooking something. Ah, the ancient tomes. Yeah. I really liked writing poetry. That teacher has no taste in poems at all. I'm an English teacher and I give you an A+. Are you really, or are you just kissing my ass? You're just giving me A+ because you like me. But yeah, yeah, writing is just really fun. I think writing will always be really fun. But recently, I don't know why I feel like I have such a hard time expressing myself. Ah, this one I think... Did I write this? I did write this. It's another shaped poem that is shaped like a crescent moon. In a spherical shape, it wanders space with a radius of 1,079 miles. I don't know if this is actually a poem or if it's just supposed to be shaped. Yeah, no, this is like for math or something. This is for science, I think. They made us make a science poem, so it's just like saying shit about the moon. So it just keeps going. Formed only 4.6 billion years ago with a mass of 76, I can't read these numbers, million kilograms. It takes 27.3 Earth days for, but like imagine this is like all in a circle and it looks like a crescent moon. It's super cute. I love poetry. Yeah, I don't think that one's so much a poem. I don't know if I can find anything else. The moon is popular. I just like the moon, bros. I don't know how to tell you this, but I really like the moon. I weep with joy beneath the moon. How beautiful this night in June. And here upon the velvet dune. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, there's a wolf inside of me. Exactly. There's a wolf inside of me looking up at the moon like, ow! Those are the only ones I remember. I think I had another... did I ever tell you guys I wanted to write a book? Really badly. There was a book I wanted to write. That was like... So sorry, I'm reading your guys' supers. Thank you for the supers. You should do a lullaby karaoke stream. That would be fun. Hello, little lady. Welcome back. But yeah, those are all that's left of my poetry. My poetry. I hope you enjoyed your personal poetry reading with the stuff I haven't told to anybody. Do you enjoy my poems? Stray J, thank you for the super. But yeah. Have you written fanfic before? Surprisingly not. Genghis Khan, thank you for the super. Yes, I did. Yeah, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm gonna have to private this stream because I read you my poetry. I read you my poetry. Please respond. Please. Please, I read my poetry to you. You can't leave me on red like this. I'm so sorry. No, but I had this story. I used to be very, very imaginative. And I had thought of... You know, I'm obsessed with the moon. So I had this concept of two sets of twins, but when you consider it, they're actually one set of twins, but they're two sets of twins. And it was, you know, tale as old as time, story about the moon and the sun. So the twins from each are a set of a boy and a girl. So fraternal twins. Except they have counterparts who are the sun children and then the moon children. Okay, so like they're like the same. They can like they should combine. They should all be together in harmony, but instead they're separate and they're at war. So they're like two different nations. Sol and Luna, how did you know? How do you know? I don't remember if that was their names, but so basically, I think it was kind of like Inuyasha concept about this girl who stepped down basically through these stairs that like led into the water, and she wondered where the fuck they went. But as she was just out exploring, like, so think someone from like our normal world, okay, and like she kind of goes down, and like as she goes down the stairs she looks back, but she realizes they're gone, but she's somewhere else now, and she's like not underwater, and she's like, what the fuck? And then she kind of runs into the moon twins, and they're like, oh, you must help us in our fight because you're on our side, so clearly you must be, you know, you must be, yeah. I love classics that start off like this. I know. So, yeah. So your MC name is Shadowheart? No! But yeah. It's not like a love story. It's more about the, like, rekindling of people who aren't so different after all. Because really, again, the twins on both sides are actually the same, two different sides of the same people. And they need each other to have balance. Don't ask me questions. Because really, doth the moon not glow thanks to the light of the sun? Is it not the sun who sets the moon alight and lights up the night still? But without the moon, the sun would not be able to, so really they need each other. They need to be in tandem, or else there will be no moonlight. The sun will have no power at night, if not for the moon. I'm sorry. I'm so silly. This is actually so embarrassing. I should just stop talking. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways. I'm embarrassed. This one wasn't a poem. It was like an actual like story. I think I wrote some of it down, but I do not wish to find it. Wow, I'm 14 and this is Steve. Shut up! Be nice to me. I'm gonna end my stream. You guys are gonna make me cry. Don't make me sad. Poetry is really personal, okay? It's hard to share. It's hard to share that sort of stuff. Be nice. How would you feel if you shared something you were embarrassed about and then someone said that to you? Narissa, you can't just end there. I can end whenever I want. This is my stream. Ugh. Let me take a sip of water. I would never share that. Okay, Evie. I see. I already did share my poems. Yeah, some of you are strong. I just shared my poetry in front of 3,000 people, over 3,000, and someone's probably gonna repost it and then they're gonna dog on me in the comments. Be like, damn, she sucks. Damn, she sucks. Her poetry's shit. I'll be like, damn, why'd I ever share it with anybody? It's the anxiety for me. But yeah, I bet all of you have written like fan fiction and stuff. So, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this, whatever it is. I don't want to hear this. Many of you are actually being very nice. It's only a few of you who are being mean. Who cares about haters? You're right, Yuzuru. Who cares about them? They probably couldn't write poetry if they tried. Because, you know, that's one thing. I never try to be critical of people who are writing lyrics. Because, like, we're all on a different learning path. So even if people are new, it just makes me happy that people are trying to write, like, I'm specifically referring to translated lyrics. Like, it just makes me happy to see other people, like, trying. And that's why I'm, like, I'm always happy to, like, give advice. But, like, yeah. I know there's some people who aren't like that. And are very, like, are very mean to people who are just starting out. And very, like, I'm better than you. Even though it's like, yeah, this person just started. Of course you're better. You've been doing it for years. Why you being a bitch? Yeah. Yeah, I wrote fanfiction. I'm proud of it. Let's go. We love fanfiction. I write Astarion fanfiction in my head about him finding a cure to vampirism and being able to walk in the sun again. That's the kind of fanfiction I write. I just don't write it down. No one needs to read that. Everyone else is thinking about it too. Henry Liz, thank you for the soup. 14-year-olds actually here. Oh my god, it disappeared immediately. Wait a minute. The chat like is rushing all of a sudden. 14-year-olds need actual good media content media creators care about, so your stuff would be perfect for them. It's all about finding a good audience. I appreciate what you said. However, I will be honest, I don't really think my audience, or rather my personality, meshes well for 14-year-olds. I don't think 14-year-olds should be watching my stream, and I mean that with all the love in the world to 14-year-olds. So happy for you. If you're here and you're 14, you're welcome to stay, but please make sure you have your parents' permission, because I cuss a lot and sometimes say things that aren't really appropriate for 14-year-olds, you know? And I understand that they're gonna watch me anyway, regardless of what I do. But I simply... I won't say no kids allowed, because I remember being a kid on the internet. I didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't tell my parents anything. I looked at whatever I wanted on the internet. I remember playing M-rated 18+ games, not like inappropriate, but like super violent, when I was super young and being like, yeah, look at me playing this game, this horrible game about horrible things, and not being traumatized. I mean, am I traumatized now? Maybe. Risa X Daki fanfic. Yes, Daku. I need her to come back. I need Daki back. But yeah, it's like, you know, like, kids at the end of the day are going to go where they want to go. But I would just maybe recommend then to parents, maybe, I mean, if it's okay with parents, actually, if they're watching and they're fine with their kids, with the language and kind of things I mean, everyone grows up eventually. And it's not like I'm doing anything horrible, I don't think. But I definitely swear too much. I think for most people. For most people's tastes. I'm quite the potty mouth. My mom always yells at me because my nieces and nephews can't watch me because of that reason. Because my sister Malfa is very sensitive to swearing in front of her kids. Very sensitive to it. She does not want it to happen, which is totally understandable. Totally understand. But yeah. You need that swear jar. I do. I just need to get really good at using my button, you know? I need to, like, always have my finger on it, and then when I feel a coming on, I can just, you know, like, like, out, you know? Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Just because, I don't know. I feel like my mom, I don't know if she's told this. She never swore. But my dad swore a lot when we were young. And she's like, don't talk like that. But then she said the F word once. And I realized I could do whatever I wanted. And now it's become a permanent part of the way that I talk. And now I can't stop. And I'm pretty sure I talked about that with my mom when she was on stream, but yeah. I feel like the button makes it worse, right? The button does make it worse. I agree. Ugh. Malfa's gonna do the same thing one day. I'm pretty sure I've heard her swear in front of her kids. Everybody makes mistakes. You know how it is. Swearing is it's just words. And words can't hurt you. You know? I mean, words can hurt, actually. Words can hurt really fucking bad. But those words necessarily, I don't use them in a way to hurt, so I think it's okay. Beef Action, thank you for the super swear. Risa, swear for us. Cuss. Cuss word. Beach. Let's go to the beach. Beach. Nicki Minaj. Malfa slander. This isn't slander. That word sure hurt. Don't I know it? Don't words hurt. Swear in different language. Kusa. There you go. Varum. I can't do the German R. Varum. Varum. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I tried. Varum means why. Trying to ask you why in German. Du 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 du. Deine Mutter ins Liebe eng. Yeah, and now in German, in Spanish. Grass. I'm not reading anything that I don't know that you guys type. Fun fact, I swear more in French than in English. I feel like French must have some really creative stuff. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Exactly. You can't say beach because it sounds like a cuss word. I absolutely can. I can say, let's go to the beach, beach. Or don't be a beach. You guys remember Avenue Q, that musical? The song Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude, making me feel glad that I'm not you. Am I the only one who remembers that? Anyway, it's beside the point. Beside the point. Thank you guys for coming to this little chatting stream. This random chatting stream. Or I didn't really talk about anything specific. I'm glad though just to be able to talk to you guys. Thanks for listening to my shitty poetry. And my weird little story. Maybe one day I'll write it. That day won't be anytime soon. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did, but I always have fun hanging out with you guys, so it's not a surprise. But now I'm getting tired because I ate heavy pasta today. Pasta makes me sleepy because it weighs down on my tummy, even though it's been all day. You guys know how it is. But regardless, you know who's also live right now? Our waifu, Shiori Novella. Do you know my waifu, Shiori Novella? I'm not really sure what exactly she's doing. It looks like she's playing a game. So I'm gonna send you guys over there to have a fun time with my waifu. My waifu, not yours. Who I'm looking forward to watching the rest of Lord of the Rings with. Not tomorrow, but the day after. So please look forward to it. And please also have a good night, darlings. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, wait, VOD Gang! I can't forget. Sometimes I forget. I can't forget. Hi, VOD Gang! Say hi to the VOD Gang. Hello, if you watch all the way to the end. Please post a person writing emote down in the comments below. Thank you for watching all the way to the end and for listening to my shitty poetry. Oh, quai. Yeah, Callie 3D Live too. Yeah! I don't have the option to raid into that right now. Is it live right now? She's about to end for Mori? Wait. Let me look. I'll go into there, but I was clicking on what was live. Okay. God pray that I've picked the correct one. Yes. Okay, it's gonna start in 4 minutes. Because Shiori's ending soon, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna send you over to Callie's upcoming birthday live, I believe. Calliope Mori. Okay. Are you guys ready? 3 minutes and you guys can watch it. So I'll say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for coming. Go get a drink of water and be back in time to watch it. Thank you guys so much for watching me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, darlings.